Well, it has truly been incredible to see how many people came together and how quickly they assembled and rallied. Social media played a huge role in getting help where it was needed the most. I want you to meet a group of people that started working together immediately following Hurricane Helene. One post led to another, and one day at a time, they responded in full force. We met up with this group at a home on Knob Creek Road in Johnson City, a home that has been serving as sort of a relief headquarters. They come together today to share their stories with us. This is the home of Tyler and Jessica Mackey. They began the mission to help others the morning after the hurricane hit.
We went to the Dollar General up in Elk Park, and they were actually closed. We started asking folks, hey, what do you need? And they're like, oh, no, don't worry about it. I was like, no, what do you need? Do you need gas? Do you need groceries? Do you need, I handed one guy, I was like, do you need baby formula? He just started breaking down. He's like, you got baby formula? I was like, yeah, what kind do you need? And he just broke down on me, started crying.
That was the beginning. From there, the operation grew quickly. More people, more supplies, more phone calls.
In the first 2 weeks, we had 20 trucks a day filling up, either dropping off donations or following us into the mountains. We switched very early from getting people diapers and formula to medical supplies really fast. When we were in relief one day, we had a helicopter pilot, a female, land, and she said, do you guys need anything? Are you guys okay? And we said, we're good. Do you need anything? She was like, well, what do you have, And Tyler said, do you need EpiPens and insulin? And she said, you have insulin? So we gave her a pack of insulin, and she knew exactly where it needed to go. So we've seen God's hand in this every single day.
Robert Wilson is in the utility industry. He was actually trapped at his home in Unicoi. Downed trees were blocking his driveway with no cell service or electricity. He was unaware of the extent of the devastation until Saturday afternoon.
So I just went straight to Irwin to see what I could do. I have nothing to do with the county, the city, but it's where I grew up, and got there and kind of just started taking jobs from day one. By about day 2 or 3, I kind of became the one of all the volunteers. The first day, second day, we had 3 or 4 more side-by-sides. By the third, fourth day, we probably had 15, 16 vehicles, people from Nashville, Indiana, Georgia, coming in, bringing equipment, just wanting to help. Not wanting money, just coming in for the right reasons to help.
Steve felt the pull from Pennsylvania, where he was on a mission with his nonprofit organization called USA Superheroes, when he got a call and a request to come help.
When I got here and saw the devastation, I couldn't leave. I had to stay and help. So I figured out how to use my nonprofit to recruit people from around the country to come in here to help people in their greatest time of need.
He is a singer-songwriter from Nebraska who says this experience changed him.
I took food and supplies into an area called Little Germany when the road was washed out, and we literally had to hike like goats, holding onto ropes, climbing through to take food to these folks. And when I saw what they're going through and thinking what I have back at home in Omaha, it really made me start to think about what was really important.
Steve has groups lined up to volunteer here in the area as far out as March of next year. Bart Ray is a volunteer with Unicoi County Search and Rescue.
You see all these people rise up to these occasions that are not necessarily volunteers or paid on a crew or an organization that just come up and start doing things. So that's one of the good things we see that comes out of these bad situations, that people rise up and do things that they don't know that they can do.
Also in the group, Haynes and Stacy Torbett. Haynes developed a following on his Facebook page, posting videos, sharing immediate needs, and delivering necessary supplies.
When people started donating to me to go help, I felt like I had to document that I was spending their money to help. And then you start listening to people's stories, and it about kills you. Just listening to what they have to say and hearing what they went through. And my whole process was just to show it. 1, that we were spending the money to help, and then 2, if they needed more help and I couldn't do it, maybe I could post it and some of my friends could go help.
And help they did. A huge supply of gas, medical necessities, oxygen tanks, excavators, generators, and chainsaws.
It's beautiful. Thank you so much. That's the prettiest car I've ever had. Thank you.
You are welcome.
And we need it. Thank you so much.
Then it was cars and also RVs. 9 cars, 23 campers, and counting. But every one of these people will tell you it's not them. It's others and their contributions who keep this mission moving.
Another single father was here working on generators, getting them ready. He worked nonstop,
For a whole week.
and his son died a month earlier in a car accident, and he was a single father. You see these people hurting, but they want to give and they want to serve, and it's hard to put into words what an amazing feeling that is, to serve people that are hurting. We might be the boots on the ground, but it's this community that just has supported us and loved us through this and loved on my family so we can keep serving. You know, when you go into a house and the second floor is covered in mud, you don't know what to do. People, they need a light in this dark world, and that's where they're at. They need help.
It was and still is about collecting what's needed, distributing what they've got, and doing what they can to help people pick up the pieces and begin to put them back together. Their circle continues to widen with more and more people joining hands.
When you see people I've known for 25 years reaching out to me wanting to bring hay for farmers they've never met in a time that's not been a great hay season, when you've got people that I haven't talked to in 30 years sending money and chainsaws and all these things coming together, different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different stories, different political beliefs, but all united for one cause, and that's to help the people, help your neighbor, really here and there. I think that's probably, it's humbling to be a part of that.
There's certain images you'll never forget, certain faces I'll never forget. I mean, these families are without everything. You know, when those that are blessed and can give back and do, it's just been unbelievable. Outpouring from this country, people that you know that probably didn't like each other the day before were best friends that day. You know, and it gives you a little bit more hope and humanity, truthfully.
Yeah, just such a wonderful
Yes.
group. And I actually met all of them through Haynes Torbett, watching what he was doing on Facebook, and reached out. And of course, he said, it is not me, it's not me, it is so many other people. And that's really the story of how people have been pulling together. Nobody wants that credit.
They don't want the credit, but they get out there and they, like we say, they get out there and get their hands dirty and help those that really need the help, taking the help to them, taking the hope to them, and just making sure that they got some human contact. And that's important too.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
And you know, after we left that group, Haynes and his wife Stacy took us to Little Milligan to meet another group that continues to help so many people. We're going to have that part of the story coming up after the break.